there's been wide commotion that is taking place at the Delhi airport as the passengers have been left confused after the DGCA grounded all the Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft. And this, remember, after the DGCA has come out with a last-minute move saying that India is going ahead to ground all the Boeing 737 MAX, and this is going to happen from 4 p.m. today. Now, DGCA has very categorically said that all the Boeing 737 MAX of the SpiceJet is going to be grounded before 4 p.m. and this was according to a late-night decision that was taken for grounding this particular aircraft. Now, India has also joined the ranks of many countries, almost 13 countries, which has gone ahead to ban or ground this ill-fated Boeing 737. Now, we're given to understand that this decision has translated into widespread commotion that is taking place at the Delhi airport. Getting further information on this, my colleague Ayushman joining us live with further updates on this. Ayushman, there's clear confusion that is taking place at the Delhi airport. There are passengers who are stranded, a clear fallout of the decision of the DGCA. But right now, has there been no alternative that has been made for the passengers, considering the fact that 4 p.m. is the deadline that has been set by the DGCA to ground the Boeing 737 airline?
Well, Apurva, if you look at the condition in Delhi airport, right now we have got this statement from SpiceJet where they have maintained that they operate 76 with 76 flights they have, and in that 12 of them have been grounded. So they are now operating on 64 of the flights. Of the effect that has taken place, they have said 16 of their flights have been 16 of the flights have been cancelled, journeys have been cancelled, and these people whose flights have been cancelled, they are trying to accommodate in the other alternative measurement is being taken place. At the same time, they are trying to refund. But what we are seeing in the visuals is that there is a commotion at the Delhi airport because there is a confusion on this as to how those people who are ready to board, and at the last moment when they are told that their flight is cancelled, definitely there is a commotion. But right now, that what we are getting from SpiceJet is that 12 of their flights have been grounded, and they are following the instructions from DGCA, in which it was said that the flight Boeing 737 has to be grounded, and all those 12 flights are being grounded right now, and 16 flights, 16 destination journeys have been affected, and SpiceJet has assured that they will be fully refunding and making alternative arrangement for people whose flights have been cancelled, Apurva.
But at this point, it is also very important for the airport authority to ensure and not create panic at the Delhi airport, considering widespread commotion, but also help us understand the aircraft, the Boeing 737 MAX, was being used by both SpiceJet and Jet Airways. So are we given to understand that the passengers flying both SpiceJet and Jet Airways are in the middle of a fix and they have not been accommodated to other flights?
Well, Apurva, in case of SpiceJet, 14 flights have been cancelled. And if you look at the SpiceJet's number, 14 flights at one go, if they are cancelled, definitely there is an inconvenience to the passengers. But if you see on the other side, Jet, they have already, all their 5 flights are grounded because the fund crunch that is there in the Jet Airways. Right now, we are given to understand that 14 flights which have been cancelled by SpiceJet, they'll be making alternative arrangements for the passengers who are facing these difficulties. They have promised full refund to all those passengers, but the SpiceJet maintains that reviewing the security and following the order of DGCA, they have taken to this decision, and they have grounded all 12 of the Boeing 737 MAX that they were operating in India.
All right, so that statement they're coming in from SpiceJet saying that while a majority of passengers have been affected as a result of these cancellations, they have been accommodated by SpiceJet on an alternative flight. The rest have been offered a full refund. We'll have to see what happens and whether this commotion that is there at the Delhi airport is resolved soon, considering the DGCA has put out its direction to ground the Boeing 737 MAX by 4 p.m. today. Ayushman, request you to stay with us because the DGCA directions that have now come out for grounding the Boeing 737 MAX aircraft, the regulator has issued further instructions in this regard. Now, no Boeing 737 MAX aircraft will be allowed to enter or transmit the Indian airspace from 4 p.m. today. The time limit is given to facilitate the positioning and maintenance of the aircraft. It is also to make sure that international flights reach their destination. The Civil Aviation Secretary has also called an emergency meeting of the airlines at 4 p.m. today. Now, the DGCA step comes after an Ethiopian Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft crashed, killing all the 157 people on board, including 4 Indians. Ayushman continues to be live with us. Ayushman, the DGCA also going ahead and issuing further instructions in this regard, and it is going to be very important to note that meeting that is going to take place in the evening at 4 p.m. today by Aviation Secretary, because there is going to be more direction and more guidelines that is going to come out in this case.
And also their concerns as to what the airline feels on decision and what all has been their opinion on this. And if you see the DGCA instructions, obviously it was there was rounds of meeting and deliberations being done yesterday. It was being considered whether it should be the decision of grounding those Boeing 737 should be taken today or not, because yesterday there was a criticism of the DGCA for going lenient on this issue. The aviation experts said that the DGCA was somewhere not very serious about the safety of the passengers, because when we are hearing reports of repeated plane crashes, how can these flights operate? Instead, DGCA had issued instructions to the airlines that the pilots who will be on these flights, Boeing 737, they need to have a good amount of experience. Despite that, there was a criticism of DGCA that they were not very serious in this. Yesterday late night, there was a decision from DGCA in which they said that now no flights will fly from tomorrow because they have to be grounded. Now, to ground these flights needs a time frame. That is why, because they must be in transit, they must be out somewhere. So that's why DGCA has given the stipulated time frame. By 4 o'clock in the evening, every flight Boeing 737 of SpiceJet has to be grounded wherever they are. Post that, they won't be allowed to enter, and that is why SpiceJet has also come out and said that they will be following the norms that has been set by DGCA, and they'll be grounding all their 12 flights that are Boeing 737 that they are operating in India. And they have cited that the security of the passengers is of the prime importance, and that is why they are following the instructions from the DGCA.